Welcome to our broadcast of racing down in the Eastern Cape for Monday. We're back there after chatting to Nino Podesta on Friday. We're back on the Polytrack, pretty much the same scenario on Monday. And we have 8 races carded for the day. Nino's going to give us his selections any moment. So the first race off at 12:40. I've also got the changes to give through to you. And Nino, I've been out at the National Yearling Sales complex. As you might well know, the sales take place next Thursday and Friday, 2 days of sale. Over 450 horses are going to be sold through the sales complex. And I must say, the last 2 days has been very exciting, bumping into all sorts of people there. And included in those people that I bumped into today were trainers Sharon, Kotzen, and Gavin Smith. And they've both given me a heads up on a couple of their horses today. The interesting thing is that a couple of the horses that you've took very strongly, I'm going to rub a stamp after speaking to Gavin Smith. And I'm going to tell you what Gavin Smith told me, as well as what Sharon and Greg Kotzen told me about their horses. So let's get on with the show. Welcome, by the way.
Yeah, good evening, Nico. Welcome and good evening to the viewers. And nice to know that you saw Gavin Smith at the sale and gave you some confidence.
Yeah, he did give me a bit of confidence. Anyway, it's been interesting too. As you well know, the Benmag Blue Syndicate, which is an idea that Neil Andrews came up for Clocking the Gallop, has bought a racehorse at the Cape Yearling Sale. And I'll tell you what, there's a few people that know about that because a couple of them have asked us if we're going to buy another one. And let me tell you, I've already seen some absolute cracking horses at this year's sale. It's going to be a brilliant sale because there's a lot of very nice looking horses. So I'm just telling the Clocking the Gallop viewers out there, we'll be live throughout the sales, the 2 days of the sale, but we're there the whole day, every day this week, starting Monday. And if anyone's interested in buying a horse or wants to know what we think, Neil and I, about a particular horse that's on the catalogue, feel free to mention it on our comment section on any video. And we will most certainly get back to you. You can do that, or you can email us on clockingthegallop1word@gmail.com and we'll reply to you. But what I can tell you, Nino, is there's some stunning looking horses.
Yeah, Nico, I believe you. I know there's always well-bred horses at these yearling sales, and I'm sure that you and Neil have got an eye to pick in the right ones for our viewers.
Well, we hope that we can do that. And as I say, if you're going to the sales complex and you watch us, come and say how's it to us. We're there for the duration, and we want to see you and chat to you and even have a drink together, hopefully, if we can. I must say most of the time today, earlier on, was spent chatting to a lot of breeders about their progeny that they've got on the sale, and it was very enlightening. But Nina, let's get on with racing. We've got 8 races carded. It's on the Polytrack. I'm going to put up your selections now as we go to the first race. Just the one scratching on the card on this Sunday evening, and that's in race 5, number 11, She's a Glow, who unfortunately has got a virus. So She's a Glow is not running. Quite a few form updates. The track condition will come up as standard. We'll go to the first race of the day here, and race 1 on the program will kick off the bipod as well. It's a maiden juvenile plate, 1,000 meters. And here you sticking it 1, 2, 3 as they appear in the race card. You've gone 1 Admiral Shine, from 2 South Sandwich, and 3 Whatever Next. Those are your top 3 selections.
Yeah, Nico, that's the way I've tipped them. I believe that the winner will come from one of those 3, and I'm going preferably with the 2 horses that have run behind Crusador. I think that that is the stronger form line. We cannot assess Whatever Next. I don't think any runners have come out of that form line behind Winter Tiger. But I do believe that the runs behind Crusador have been franked. The horse by the name of Twin Falls came out of that form line to win by 6.5 lengths, and also run second to Northern Sound straight after it. So that is strong form lines, and I believe they will fight this race out. 1 and 2 for me. obviously with the danger number 3, if it improves from its first run. I don't know how strong that form line is yet.
Okay, so it's One Admiral Shine, runs in the colours of my good varsity friend Mark Green and his partner, the chairman of Kenilworth Racing, and that is Brad Ralph. So that's who Admiral Shine runs in the colours of. So 1, 2, 3, and 6 in the first race. Let's go to the second race, the start of the PA. It's the Autocom Maiden Plate 1,000 meters. Race 2, number 2, Jaspero, runs with a compression mask. And number 9, Catherine the Wow, has got blinkers on, cheek pieces off. Yeah, you're with the one again, Iron Henry. Iron Henry knocking on the door for that first win, and you like him fairly strong. You've tipped number 8 to run second, Roy Boss, the filly, up against the Colts.
Yeah, Nico, I think Iron Henry is going to be a very hard horse to beat. The ex-Canamay horse, it shows that it can run on the poly. It ran at the Gravel Poly. Even though it's 2 different tracks, I don't believe that the Gravel Poly and the P Poly are the same. But,
yeah, not. Yeah.
And last time out ran a cracker behind Subterfuge. And the form line, the form behind Invidua and Al Jabber, very strong form. I believe that's the horse to beat. Roy Boss, I believe she runs the best races over the 1,000. 2 best runs have been over the 1,000. She tires a bit over the 12. Back over the 1,000, Greg Sheen on, well drawn at 2, could be the biggest danger. And then number 2, Jaspero, I think slightly short for this horse, but could be there or thereabouts. And then looking for improvement from the ex-Zambia horse, Conquistador, the Pomodoro horse, having its first run in PE from Durban. That could be a nice trifecta and quartet horse for the public.
Okay, I just wanted to query you on the selection of Iron Henry, because it's not the best of draws, Nino.
Yeah, but Nico, it's a small field and it's not particularly bad. It's drawn 9 out of 9, I believe. But it's not a big field, and it's not a strong field either. So it should be able to overcome the draw quite easily. Louis McCox is running at the top of his game.
He is too. Yes, correct. He is.
And I'm not concerned about the draw, Nico.
Okay, and move on to the third race now. Start of the pick 6 and Maiden Plate fillies and mares over 1,300 meters in race 3. Doesn't look like we've got any changes at this stage. No card changes, I mean, in the third race, a Maiden Plate. And here, it's again the one saddlecloth that attracts you, and that is Madame Seville, who's had 2 seconds in her last 2 starts, but it's her first run on the poly. You think she'll like it?
Nico, I believe that any horse can run on a poly until it's proven that it can't run on a poly. It's having its first run on the poly. You cannot just discard a horse running first time and say it can't run on a poly. It's got to be tried, and then from there we can see whether they like the poly or not. 2 runs in P over the Fairview turf track, 2 cracking runs behind Sunshine Beach, beaten a quarter. Then ran behind Gaelic Girl, which brought Cape Town form into the race. So I believe this is very strong form she's bringing here, and I believe she's a horse to beat. I've gone for number 10, Red, White and Blue. Had a good run first time out behind Denim and Jeans, but then ran a bad race last time. I see they put the tongue tie on, but drawn 8 and Greg Sheen up. That could run an improved race tomorrow. And then for third, I've gone with number 3, Val Gardenia, another horse that brings Cape Town form into the race and could improve. And fourth, number 2, Cut Claws. Now, Cut Claws could be the joker in the pack. Since she's come down from the Candice Bass stable, we've been following her. She hasn't done much in PE, but she could come back to her best at any time.
Okay, that is the third race. As we move on to race 4, a fillies and mares 79 divided handicap. Once again, they travel the 1,300 meters in race 4, and there are no changes in the fourth either. So here you're going with the 9 to win it. Let's go to number 9. This is Gavin Smith's New Bell, the ex-Paul Peter runner with Marco van Rensburg aboard. She seems to have benefited from going down to the Eastern Cape because she's had 3 runs there for a win and a second. The only bad run, well, I say bad, she only finished 7 lengths off about, but she wore blinkers that day. So she's obviously a better horse without the blinkers. But you think that she'll go very close to winning?
Nico, she won a very good race last time out. And I think that between her and Waldorf Astoria and Cherry Pop, I think the winner will come from that trio of horses. Now, if you do the calculation, Waldorf Astoria was finishing very strongly behind New Bell last time.
Yeah.
And I think she's like 3 kilos better off, or 2.5 kilos. If you can just check there for me.
Yeah, I am having a look. That's 3.5, 2.5.
2.5 kilos better off.
Yeah.
For I think
for 3 3/4
2 lengths
lengths.
beating or so.
For about 4 lengths, yeah.
4 lengths, and that should bring the two of them very close together. And then Cherry Pop, very consistent, and I think that will run another honest race. I really believe that the winner will come from these 3. And
well, I can give you a little bit. Can give you and the viewers a little bit of confidence about Cherry Pop, because having spoken to Sharon Kotzen, this is one that they did mention, saying that she would run a fair race, and well, better than fair probably, but they said that she'd be right on top of them. So I would strictly throw in Cherry Pop on what I heard today from the Kotzens who are attending the sale. So I see you've gone for that for third, and then Linda Loves Lace for fourth. But I like the way you're thinking there. I think it's fairly open, and I like the choices of 3, 6, and 9 in the fourth race.
Nico, just before you go to the next race, I would just like to mention one horse, a horse called Cruise Along. Now, ever since this horse has come down to PE from the Candice Bass stable, they've been running it over the wrong distance. It was either too far or too short. I believe tomorrow over the 1,300 meter with Lyle Hewitson up, drawn very well at number 2. He's run behind some very good horses, Miss Orange, Wallace Simpson, Sovereign Secret. He's running over the right distance tomorrow, and this could cause a major upset.
Yeah.
So, not to be discounted tomorrow, Cruise Along.
Okay, so Nino says for outside players, wider players must include the 1 Cruise Along. Let's go to race 5 now. Race 5 is a fillies and mares 93 divided handicap, 1,300 meters, runs at 3:05. Any changes in race 5? Absolutely nothing at this stage. In the 5th race, nothing to report. And here, Nino, you're tipping number 6 to win it, Blue Duchess. Now,
Nico,
Blue Duchess
I don't want
for 5 wins in a row, and I got that from Gavin Smith as well on this one. The wink.
Well, Nico, you got an advantage over me. I heard nothing. This is my own study. I make this a racing certainty. I don't want to know about this race. This is an improving 4-year-old. It's never been beaten on the Poly. It's never been beaten over 1,300 meters. It's got Bloom stone cold at the weight. It's beaten it, and she's a half a kilo better off. To me, you know, it's a horse. You put your head down, you bank it. If it gets beat, it gets beat.
But she's a 2 to 1.
Well, you know, when I looked at the betting early on this morning, I wanted to take a small treble with this horse. The horse was actually 28 to 10, and I couldn't believe the price.
Yeah. So Bloom's again in the race. Is she going to beat Bloom again? I mean, you've tipped Bloom for second.
Yeah, I've tipped Bloom to second. You know, Traveling Style's got a chance, Golden Chance, FIFO Farm. Encryption maybe could be the improver in the race. A horse to put in for trifectas and quartets.
Yeah. That's the 9. Yeah. You've tipped that for third. Yeah. And Sharon, they mentioned that to me, actually. I've got to include that. The Gavin Smith horse is very, very strongly fancied from the stable. Sharon Kotzen likes Encryption. and I would throw that in for good measure. You've tipped that to run third, and I've got to admit that I think you found the right horses again there, Nino. In fact, no, you haven't tipped that for third. I'm looking at the wrong race, but number 9 Encryption is one to include. The horse you tipped for third actually is the 2 Golden Chance, who I've been a bit disappointed with. I thought she would have won her next race by now.
Yeah, absolutely, Nico. She should have won a next race, but she's always there. She's run a third and a second behind Water Spirit. She's run behind Gin, First Step, Lively, Regimental. You know, for the placings, she could be there for the placing. Like I said, if you take Blue Duchess away from this race, then it becomes wide open.
Yeah.
Anything then could win it. So
okay, so it's
I think
Blue Duchess is the horse to beat there.
Yeah, because I think FIFO Fum, I think it's a bit short for that horse at the moment. And Intrepid Traveller is 100 meters too far. So there we go. Everything points to Blue Duchess, to me.
Okay, there's Blue Duchess. And as Nino said, Sharon Kotzen told me that Encryption would run a big race too. On to the 6th race, 25-4, the merit rated 70 handicap. It's over 1,900 meters. Changes in race number 6 and number 11 Super Noir has Alamites on. So Alamites go on Super Noir. And there are a few form updates here. Notably, Take the World of 3 and the 11 Super Noir. They ran 5th and 4th respectively behind Hit for 6, who ran on Friday. So both of those ran good races to Hit for 6. But here you're with the 7 Full Score for Alan Greff and Greg Sheen.
A tentative selection. This to me is the hardest race on the card. This is the race that could provide a bomb result. I didn't tip Take the World or Super Noir, thinking that because they ran on Friday, they might have been scratched, or maybe the race. I don't like to tip horses that run 2 days after each other, and also with the possibility that they might have been withdrawn from this race. But obviously, they got a chance if the trainer believes that. They've taken their race well, and he's entered them to run again tomorrow. He obviously believes they got chances, so they got to be respected. But, you know, Nico, pick sixes, exotics, this is the race you want to go wide. Take as many as you like. I might have found a value bet, the daughter of Pomodoro, Arabiata, having a 3rd running PE from ex-Canamay horse. If she stays a distance, which I don't think should be a problem, being out of a Badgerland mare, she could be a nice value bet. Yeah, but definitely the hardest race on the card, and to load as many as people can afford.
Okay, so this is a tough one. Arabiata, by the way, is in the region of 8 or 9 to 1. You want to tell our viewers, being of Italian descent, what Arabiata is?
Arabiata is like a chili. You know, a strong, like a chili sauce. When you make an arrabbiata sauce for your spaghetti, it means it's got chili. It's got a tang to it.
You're 100% right. I quite like it, actually.
It's got a bite to it, you know.
Whenever I have spaghetti or any type of pasta, or pasta, as they say in Australia, I always have penne arrabbiata or spaghetti arrabbiata. It's very nice. So look, 8 or 9 to 1 arrabbiata. So that's a nice each way bet. But you say go wide as possible here.
Definitely the hardest race on the card, the toughest race on the card, wide as possible in the exotics. Look, I don't think Popsicle Toes can win, to be honest with you. I don't think Rigadora can win, but again, you're not looking for horses that can't win. If people can afford, put the field in this leg, because we do have bankers. We've got 3 bankers in the pick 6, so you can afford to take a field in this race. And by the way, Arrabbiata also means if that somebody is cross with you. Your sono arrabbiato means I am cross with you. So it can mean both things.
Okay, I must maybe use that on the Ghost Rider then.
Yeah.
When I deal with the Ghost Rider some days. But
when you're upset, when you
I
upset
know
with
I haven't
somebody.
been upset with a Ghost Rider, but I'm just saying, you know, because we don't know who they are. So, I mean, we can get upset at times with them. Okay, so
Yeah.
the 7th race. Let's move on to that. This is the penultimate event. It runs at 5 past 4. It's a merit rated 86 handicap. And again, I've got to say at the outset, you've read it right in terms of the fancy for this race. The 3-year-old Ancient Time, son of Karari, has been tipped to me by Gavin Smith. He said to me, Nico, this horse will go very close to winning. He's a good horse, and they like him very, very much. You've tipped Ancient Times, and I do have to add that Sharon Kotzen said that Bush Fever, in fact, her husband Greg told me that Bush Fever, he reckons, will run a big race. And Greg has got a share, actually. He's one of the owners of this horse. So he said throw in the 7 Bush Fever. I see they ran together last time out, but Ancient Times was superior. And I think there is a weight turnaround in Bush Fever's favor. But the point is that
3
Smith,
kilos.
yeah, Gavin Smith said to me, Nico, this horse will win. So Ancient Times, you're tipping as a confident selection.
Nico, there's a 3 kilo swing in favor of Bush Fever, but that doesn't bother me at all. This is an improving 3-year-old. You know, you got to remember when you look at weight differences, you got to look deeper into it.
You can't just read on the face of it. I wholeheartedly agree with you. You can't just look at it in terms of figures. You'll get stuck out.
Yeah,
but I've got to say to you, Nina, that I've got the utmost of respect for the Kotzens. They've always been very amenable to chatting to me, and they did like Bush Fever. But I'm saying from what I can gather is those two are both fancied, but you know, chuck both of them in. But you've took the 5 for second, Orion Express.
I've tipped the Orion Express. It's got good form, brilliant form on the poly and the turf. I think this horse can run anywhere, turf or poly. I don't know why I never tipped Bush Fever. It's 3 kilos better off with Ancient Times. I might have made a mistake on my selections there. I should have maybe tipped it 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
But be it as it may, we only worry about the winner. And this horse, you know, this horse Ancient Times, it's a 3-year-old. It's improving. And it reminds me a lot of Jager Moon and Barberton Daisy, the way it runs. The perfect pilot up tomorrow, Lyle Hewitson, perfectly drawn. Well, not perfectly drawn 8. It's going to come out like a rocket. It's going to lead them a marathon. And I think it's going to be very hard to catch. But in saying that, now that we've mentioned all this, I think they'll also start 8 to 10 tomorrow.
Let's just have a look quickly at the price while we're talking. The price of Ancient Times is 5 to 2.
Yeah.
It opened up 7 to 2. So during the day, it's into 5 to 2. Bush Fever's 4 to 1. But look, 5 to 2 seems big on the face of what Gavin Smith and what you're telling me. It seems to be a big price.
Yes, it is. It's a nice price. And I think after the people have listened to this show of ours, I don't think you'll get 5 to 2 tomorrow. But let's just hope that it wins.
Okay, let's move over to the lucky last of the day, race 8. And that's at 25 to 5. It's a merit rated 74 handicap over 1,200 meters. Any changes in the 8th and last race? Yes. Blinkers go on number 7, Forest of Green. Compression Mask is on number 3, Hidden Influence. And those are the changes in the last race. Your selection here is number 2, Regimental. Now, this horse has had 3 runs in the Eastern Cape for 2 wins. It's been backed every time it runs, like they know the result. So he's obviously a horse that is very highly regarded by his new trainer, Alan Greef.
Yeah, absolutely, Nico. You know, it's the toughest race to find 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And maybe you could help me, but this is the best bet on the card. Banker in all bets, this cannot lose. And this is my best bet on the card. I think maybe Chainsaw and Bad Influence could run into the money. And Thomas Tucker, probably, I know it's a little bit short for Thomas Tucker. But then again, like I've said before, I'm just here to tip the winner, and this is the best bet on the card.
Okay, so
I cannot see it lose tomorrow.
A lot of confidence from Nino regarding that horse, number 2. I'm not going to doubt that either. It's going to be number 2, Regimental, from 3, Hidden Influence, who Nino's tipped for second. Third, you've gone for the 13. You're going for Chainsaw for third. And then fourth, number 1, which is Thomas Tucker. You mentioned those horses there. But we're going to leave it over there for the selections. But we're going to move on to your bipot and your place accumulator. You provided us with a PA. You've also given us your best bet. So I want to go over to that. How much is our bipot going to cost us for Monday, Nino?
Very, very little, Nico, very little. I think it's 25 Rand a bipot, and I've got 5 bankers in the PA, and I work, that's why I did a small PA for the people as well. 25 Rand each. So it's 50 Rand for both bets.
Okay. Do you want to just go through what your bipot is while I quickly try and find it? Tell us what you're doing in the bipot for Monday.
Okay. The bipot is as follows. The first 3 legs, you banker in number 1, Admiral Shine, Iron Henry, and Madame Savile. In the fourth leg, I've added 3 ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth leg, I've added in Cruise Along, Waldorf Asteria, Linda Lovelace, Cherry Pop, and New Bell. In race 5, I've bankered Blue Duchess. And the last leg, I've gone 2, 6, 7, 9, which is 2 Arabiata, 6 Flying Thunder, 7 Full Score, and number 9 Muscarusa.
And number 12.
And the 12 Imperious Duke.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, so that's 25 Rand. Just the best bets, just to reiterate, there's 2 Gavin Smith runners, and I've got to say to the viewers that this was independent of me chatting to Gavin Smith at the sales when I left there today. He said to me, Nico, 2 of my horses will run very well tomorrow, go very close, Blue Duchess and Ancient Times, and your best bet of those 3 is probably Regimental. Now, if I had to work that out now, so we just work it out quickly. I'll get my calculator, my well-trusted calculator on my iPhone, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to work this out so that people out there can know that we've tipped this. Blue Duchess is currently 2-1. When we're doing this, it's 2-1. Ancient Times in race 7 is 5-2. And Regimental in race 8 is 8-10. That treble, my friends, works out to 18-1. So 20-1 treble, 20-1. If it arrives, it's 20-1, and 20 times the money.
Nico, I've already taken and I got 30-1. I've already taken that treble earlier this morning.
Yeah, it was.
I got 30-1.
They were bigger prices. Yeah, they were big. So you've got 30-1. So people can still get 20-1, which is not to be sniffed at.
Yeah, and just to let them know that I never got those horses from you. That was my own study.
But that's why I said independently. That's why I'm so keen to have a bet. And then the value bet, Nino, is Arabiata. Now, that you think has got a small chance of winning, but will probably place, won't it?
I think it should run in I think there's 4 placings in. They're 4 places in.
Correct, they are. So
Nico, I've been wrong before, but I think it's got a big chance to run in the first 4. Big chance.
Put it this way: if you take Arabiata place with those top 3 a win, you could get 50-1. I'm sure you'll get 50-1.
Yeah, but just to be safe, I would take that as a cover bet. I would, imagine if the 3 wins and Arabiata runs off the board. I mean, you'll be.
But you can take 20-1 the 3, 20-1 the 3 horses to win, and 50-1 3 horses to win and Arabiata a place. So you've got Arabiata to run in the first 4 for 50-1 if the other 3 win, of course. I do hasten to add that that the Kotzens do like their runners there in those 2 races where Blue Duchess and the other one run. But we'll wait to see what happens there, but they do like their horses in that leg. Now, the last thing we're going to move on to is that place accumulator that you mentioned to us. And again, it's an inexpensive place accumulator, Perm, and Nino would like you to try it for a sum total of 25 South African rand. Nino, do you want to go through this PA?
Nico, it's basically the same as the bipod, the same numbers, only we bank it in ancient times and regimental, and everything else stays the same.
Okay, ancient times and regimental are the back two legs over there, 8 and 2. So it's exactly the same bipod structure, but the 8 banker and the second last leg and the last leg banker, the 225 rand. It looks straightforward. I mean, you always make it sound very straightforward, Paul Elizabeth, which is, I think, why you're one of the most popular guys on our channel. But at the end of the day, we hope that we direct the people to the payout queue without a long and windy road. I hope that tomorrow it works out as simplistic as we're making it today.
Yeah, Nico, I always try and cut it down. You know, Nico, to be honest with you, if I had to put up 5,000 rand pick sixes over the weeks and none of them arrive, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So.
Yeah. You'd probably resign as well, I suppose.
I would definitely do that because I'm not in a business to lose people's money. I want to win them as much as I can for as little as I can.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you get back to your Arrabbiata now, and I'm going to say arrivederci.
Thank you, Nico.
And we'll see you on Friday again. And you told me people must watch on Friday, hey? Because you've got some good things on Friday. We're back to the turf track on Friday.
We're back to the turf, and we're back with the... I'm not going to let the secret out of the bag, but
but they must watch.
Good news for
Clocking the Gallop viewers, watch on Friday. We've got some, and I promise you, if those horses arrive tomorrow, you're going to be a very popular man, eh?
Well, I hope so. I've done my studying, and that's the way I see it. I'm hoping they arrive. Not for me, but for the people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just
also for my 32-1 treble, obviously.
If they do arrive, and I'm hoping they do too, obviously, because we give them with the goodness of our heart here on the channel. But if they do arrive, we'll start off the show on Friday with you giving out your banking details for people to deposit, eh?
Okay. Well, and if they don't arrive, we'll blame Gavin Smith.
No, we'd never. Gavin's a great mate of mine, and I'll tell you what, Gavin trained a horse for me many years ago called Got the Hots. I don't know if you remember it.
I remember Got the Hots. Absolutely.
Went from Mike Bass to
100%.
The Gavin Smith. So Got the Hots was my horse, and I had a share in it. So Gavin, the great mate, he gave that again to me. He said to me, Nico, those are my best for the day. So let's hope that proves to be correct. Thanks very much, Nino Podesta, for tonight's selections.
Pleasure, Nico. Good night. All the best to the family, to the viewers. I hope they eat tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll make some money.
And then we'll see you again on Friday.
Okay.
Cheers.